In 2008, John McCain lost African-American voters really, really badly. And he lost Latino voters really, really badly. He lost Asian voters really badly. And he lost voters of other races that are not African-American or Latino or Asian really badly. Even though he still lost overall, the only way he was able to get the race as close as he did was because he did win a majority of the white vote. He did win 55% of the white vote. Well, right now, the Romney-Ryan campaign is doing roughly the same as John McCain did with Latinos, a little worse. They're doing even worse with African Americans. Ron Brownstein crunched the numbers at the National Journal over the last few days and determined that if white people make up the same proportion of the electorate as they did in 2008, the magic number that Mr. Romney needs to reach among the white voting population is 61%. He needs 61% of the white vote. That means he needs to capture a lot more of the white vote than John McCain did 4 years ago. He needs more of the white vote than George W. Bush got when he was reelected in 2004. He needs more of the white vote than George W. Bush got the first time around as well. He needs to beat Bob Dole in the white vote by 15 points. He needs to do better, more than 20 points better than Poppy Bush did with white voters when he lost to Bill Clinton. He even needs to be better than Poppy Bush with white voters when Poppy Bush won. He needs a higher proportion of the white vote than any Republican candidate has had in 28 years, when Ronald Reagan was reelected with a nearly 20-point overall landslide margin. The only other modern election in which a Republican got an even higher proportion of the white vote was Nixon in '72, when Nixon won the election overall by 25 points. So essentially, he won everyone. I mean, even among people who think Mitt Romney's going to win this election, nobody thinks he's going to win it by 19 points the way Reagan did, or by 25 points the way Nixon did. And in the absence of a landslide, an overall landslide that big, how on earth can you plan to get that huge a proportion of white voters? Well, who knows if it is feasible, but Lord knows he is trying.
Now, I love being home in this place where Ann and I were raised, where both of us were born. Ann was born at Henry Ford Hospital. I was born at Harper Hospital. No one's ever asked to see my birth certificate. They know that this is the place that we were born and raised.
It's amazing. Nobody's curious about my origins and my status as an American. Nobody needs, unlike some other secret Kenyan presidents we all know. Am I right? What's the difference, peeps? The Romney campaign is still running ads also about welfare, ads that are blatantly racially charged, showing images of hardworking white people and telling them that their black president is just going to start handing out welfare checks to people who won't even look for a job. As a special bonus, the policy claims behind these very racially charged ads has been as thoroughly debunked as the birther nonsense has been. It's just made up entirely in terms of policy matters. But the Romney campaign is sticking with the strategy of campaigning on welfare. As our friend Ezra Klein pointed out at the Washington Post today, the Romney campaign's running more ads about welfare than just about any other issue now. Of the 12 most recent ads posted to his campaign website, 5 are about welfare. That's more than the number dedicated to health care, more than the number dedicated to introducing Paul Ryan, more than the number dedicated to the economy. So it's the Jobs, Welfare Queen platform. Let's talk about welfare. Mr. Romney, for his part, took the whole stoking white racial resentment welfare strategy a step further this weekend, defending the welfare ads to USA Today and accusing the president of taking this action that he didn't actually take on welfare as a calculation that was designed to shore up the Obama base before the election. As if people on welfare are Barack Obama's base, especially the lazy ones. Don't expect this to stop, though. The Romney folks need to get to 61% of white voters somehow. And the Romney campaign apparently believes that this welfare queen thing is working. Romney campaign aides insisting to CBS News that their racially dog-whistling, factually inaccurate welfare ads are totally working. The ads are helping the campaign gain ground with middle-class voters who are anxious about the economy. I wonder what other kinds of ads might help the Romney campaign gain ground with these middle-class voters they're reaching out for, these specific type of middle-class voters they're reaching out for. The big media guy at the main pro-Romney super PAC is the man who produced one of the most racist television ads in presidential history, the infamous Willie Horton ad. Maybe he'll have some ideas. A Republican strategist told Ron Brownstein for his National Journal piece a couple of days ago, quote, this is the last time anyone will try to do this. meaning this is the last time anyone will try to run a presidential campaign aimed at winning a slim majority of votes overall by winning a big majority of white votes. Presumably, this is the last time we will see this strategy because white voters alone will not be enough to win an election in the coming years as the country changes. And it might not be enough this year. But this year, the Republicans are almost 90% white. The new Pew numbers say, in terms of self-identified Republicans, it's 89% white now. And the calculus the Romney campaign appears to be making is that if they can maximize that vote, if they can maximize the white vote by any means necessary, then maybe they can win with nobody else supporting them. Which means we are about to find out whether you can win a presidential election in this country in this year, in the year 2012, by deliberately running against minority voters.